Hello my students, and welcome to another week of science. Unfortunately, I will not be available to be with you this Wednesday, but I am going to tell you what we are going to be doing. So let's get started. Remember, we are still in our unit project, the Southern California unit project. Please go ahead and click on this yellow folder, and as you could see, we are going to work on ocean currents. We're going to finish ocean currents. Next week, we are going to do our final project, which is the Coriolis effect. But we're going to focus on this purple one. You are to click. My students, we already did the presentation. You already did your CK12 ocean currents and climate. If you did not do this, remember, you still have until June 4th to complete. Now, go ahead and you're going to open up your write-up, Ocean Currents for write-up. Now, once you open this up, you will go ahead and finish this, okay? So it says here to create your hypothesis. You should have all done this with me last week, okay? So, where can you find the hypothesis? What's going to happen? Well, if you notice down here, you have your YouTube channel, my YouTube channel right here. So you are to click on it and watch it, okay? We're going to do that as a whole class. So, hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen when a warm current and a cold current encounter each other in the ocean? What is your educated guess? Okay. Remember, we did this last week. If you haven't done it, go ahead and do so, because we're trying to answer that question: how do ocean currents affect Southern California's very climate zone? Okay, please use your sentence starters. Next, procedures. I was very clear last time and I told you, make sure you write the steps. These are not the materials. So let's say you do your write-up. Your cousin, neighbor, friend comes over and wants to do this experiment. You need to tell them the steps. What steps are you taking? Please, please, please be exact. Please be careful. And where can you find the steps? Well, we're going to do that video. Remember, we're doing that gradual release where I am slowly but surely giving you more responsibilities. Okay? So before I told you, I wrote it for you. I wrote the steps down. Then the following project, I had you read it and copy them. Now you're actually watching this from a video. So you're going to put your steps. Then we are going to find out what happened. Okay, so you're going to make observations. Tell me, what did you observe? What do you notice? If you draw your observations in your interactive notebook and you take a picture, that's 3 extra points. If you record yourself doing this experiment, of course with help of parents, you get 5 extra points. Okay, then at the end, please tell me, how do ocean currents affect Southern California's varied climate zones? So once we're done with the experiment, once you do your readings, once we analyze and we reflect, you're going to write this down. Okay, so here we go. I am going to play the video as we all watch together, and you're going to be writing those procedures, and then you're going to have a conversation with your teacher. Tell me what happened. Okay, so here we go. Let me go ahead and hit play.
Good afternoon, class. We are going to be doing our water current experiment. We're going to use colored water to see how water currents move in the ocean. How do we make the current? Well, first we're going to poke a hole and fill in the cup with colored water and set it in the tub filled with regular clear water, and we let the water flow out. We use colored water so that we can see and identify the water in the currents as it flows into the rest of the ocean. And as you can see, it is raining, so we are using water from the rain to do our experiment. Okay, always recycle. I like to see what happens when I let warm current and a cold current encounter each other in the ocean. Then, as a control, I'm going to watch what happens when I let 2 currents that are the same temperature encounter each water. Only about 1 to 2 drops is fine. Okay, I'm going to be smart. I know this one is warm, but I'm still going to move it around. And I'll get this one to move the blue one. And now I'm going to place both cups inside. I'm going to make sure that they're facing one another. And now I'm going to go ahead and put regular water inside. But make sure that you guys do not fill it inside the cups, all around. We carefully fill the tub with room temperature water. We want the level of water to be higher on the push pins, but not as high as the water level in the cups, or else the cups may start to float. Now, I'll remove the push pins from the cup, and the pressure of the water will start to push the water inside out. Let's see, and let's make some observations. Try to write the observations. What is going on? Hit pause. Hit pause for me because my thing. Now this is from the front. Notice what's going on with the blue water. And notice what is going on with the red water. Which one is above and which one is below. So this time the red water and the blue water are all the same temperature. So they have the same density, and with all the water the same temperature, we're going to see what happens. Now look in the middle. Make your observations, what's going on. And as you could see, both waters, the red and the blue, have the same temperature and the same as the outside, which is the ocean, giving us the same density. Alright kids, and that concludes our experiment. In this video, we have seen how to model ocean currents using colored water and a clear tub. You can try this activity at home. Make sure you have a parent with you at all times. And here is some food for thought. This is also a good model of how air currents from warm and cold fronts move through the atmosphere. Just give it a thought and try to make connections. Have a good one.
Okay, so as you could see, let me hit pause on this one. There we go. So as you could see, all the procedures were there. Please make sure you talk to your class. Everyone should be speaking and talking. What did you observe? What do you notice? And why? What is density? Remember, we're talking about volume right now, my kiddos, in math, and that's how much fits inside something. So what is density? Try to find out. Try to talk about it. Try to do your own research. Why was that color, a certain color, above the other one or below the other one? You're going to notice a connection with your flight and space class. So go ahead, give it a thought, and fill this up. When you're done, you are to submit. Now, if you're all done with this one, let's say you submitted already, no worries. You could get started also, on your Coriolis effect. So this is another activity that we're going to do next week. If you click on this, there is a video that you could watch, but there's also a Coriolis effect reading activity. So if you're all done with it and want to get a head start for next week, you are more than welcome to. Or if you're still missing something, always go into your grades, check what you're missing. June 4th is the last day to submit any late work. Again, June 4th, Junio 4, that is a Friday. Alright, that is it, my kiddos. Please, please, please do any missing assignments. Please complete this. And remember, there is also extra credit for anything in science and in math. Have a good one.